Hey guys, have you ever had this feeling of I can't do it? I just can't do it. I would really like to do that, but I just can't do it. It's just not for me, or I'm not able to. It's not me. I don't know. And especially when it's something that really matters for you. That's something that you really want to do, something that you want to achieve, something much better in your own life for you, something to change, something you're really great. And when it comes closer to really changing things, to really doing, to really making the step, you suddenly feel that you can do it. It's just, you know, there are several reasons that you can feel because it's more a feeling than really a reason, and the feeling is something like, I don't feel it. I don't feel I can do that. It's not me. I don't deserve it. I'm not able to. I don't have the resources. I'm ashamed to do it. Things like that. Those kinds of feelings, and that just stops you right away. Okay, and it's something that I can relate to very closely because there are a lot of challenges that I give to myself in my life. Things that I really want to achieve. I really want to move closer and closer to great achievements for me. It's like being an entrepreneur. It's something that I've started to do and started businesses, but it's really something that I have to develop. And the more I come and it's each step I make, I have this kind of feeling, can I do that? Is it for me? Do I deserve to do that? Am I right to do that? Maybe I'm going to be ashamed to do it. And a lot of feelings that way, another reason for me, in my personal life is that I'm learning to dance. It's something that I've never been good at, and I'm learning to dance, and I really want to move fast, you know and so I'm really taking steps yeah, taking action to move fast and to learn a lot of things. And so I have to expose myself in a way, and that's also a reason, why sometimes it feels a little difficult. And there are many reasons, many achievements, in my life, and I'm sure in your life too. And you want to change great things for you, and you have those kinds of feelings that clearly stops you. Okay, when you think about it, realize most of the time it's not a reason, something that is very concrete, very clear. It's more about a feeling. And when you think about it, when you try, the problem is that when we have those kinds of feeling, we just right away turn our head and say, okay, stop, and we just move away because that's just too uncomfortable. And that's exactly what stops us. The uncomfort that we just don't want to accept and continue despite that. If we would continue, there's not a real problem. The problem is that we just don't try to look at what is the real problem, what it's all about, what is the real danger, what is the real risk, what is going to happen if I continue. And it's more about a feeling. If we realize it's just about the feeling, and so in the end, there's nothing that we have to confront. We just have to continue. The feeling is based on stories that um, about how we perceive the world and ourselves. What is our story basically? And our story says that it's not for us for some reason, and it's always based on imagination, on maybe probably things we have lived in our childhood, in our previous experience. No matter when, no matter what, the thing is that it's not based on reality. It's based on an image that we have of ourselves. We have a perception of the world and of ourselves, and that's our limit. And that story, in a way, sends us a signal to say that just doesn't belong to this story. What you want to do doesn't belong to this story, and you're going to, in a way, destroy, confront the story. And the story tries to preserve itself, because you identify to the story, and the story feels in danger. So you have the feeling that, hey, danger, it's just not conceivable at all according to who I am. And it's not who I am, it's my story, but we identify to this story. Okay? And that's why it's very good to come back to reality, keep our feet on the ground and say, okay, in reality, what is there? What's the danger? And we will see that there is nothing. Most of the time, there is absolutely nothing at all. It's just about a feeling. a feeling that is based on unreal story and imagination. In the reality, there is nothing. What if I would do it anyway? Sounds crazy, but I will do it anyway. And well, basically, I will just move on. And if I move on, well, I can do it. It feels different. It feels difficult. It feels like, but if I do it, maybe I just, I won't move as fast as I want, but there's nothing that can happen. Maybe it will not work, but there's no danger. There's nothing to be ashamed of. There's no thing that I don't deserve, and so what? I just do it and I try. Okay, there's no danger. So my advice, my piece of advice from that is just realize that what stops us at this moment is just the uncomfort, and we just run away from our goal. That's what stops us, and the feeling by itself is no, it's not a real reason. There's nothing real in that. So what about if you would try? What would happen? I would feel uncomfortable thinking that, but once I do it, what can happen? Most of the time, absolutely nothing bad can happen. Very, very little. It just doesn't work. That's it. So, and if I do it, I'm just going to change my life for real. What if you do that? What you have in mind, what you have had in mind for a long time now. What if you do it now? What would that change in your life? What is the real risk apart from, having to face this feeling of uncomfort? Try to do that. You deserve it, and you can change your life very easily. Talk to you very soon. Bye bye.